Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this invitation to share some time with you and to say a few words. I would like to send my warmest best wishes to Susan Hawkins, founder and director of SHP, and also to Edison Simoni, the Dean of FICAP, the University in Sao Paulo. At ACCA, we talk a lot about the power of partnerships and how we couldn't do what we do in this world without the support of all the people and the organizations who work alongside us to give the world the accountancy profession it needs. SHP is a shining example of that as the only training center for international certification fully targeted at Brazilians and the only ACCA Gold learning partner in Latin America. You help open up opportunities for a good, useful, and rewarding career to so many people in this country, and I'm thrilled that there are now more than 700 Brazilian ACCA students in the world. We want this number to be even higher, and together we will achieve that. I want to spend a little time talking about the context of our times and the landscape we find ourselves in as we look ahead to an uncertain future as finance professionals, educators, and business leaders. I want to say a few words about the idea of sustainability and about how finance professionals can play a leading role in building new economies that work for all people and for the good of the planet. Sometimes when you use the word sustainability, people automatically think of climate change and the dangers it brings. But this isn't just another speech about climate change. My message today isn't just about that. My message is this, that climate change is the only most visible danger in a wider threat to a sustainable world. It is a symptom of a broader array of issues to do with how we consume resources in the world, how we run our businesses, how we grow our economies. Of course, this is a debate enormously in places like Sao Paulo, and you need no lessons from me about what the threat of drought and what melting rising temperatures, melting ice caps, and higher sea levels mean for a city and region that is near to the ocean. It also matters enormously in a country like Brazil that is outside the charmed circle of the richest nations, where people's living standards, access to education, and a safe and secure future lag behind. All of us here, business leaders, finance professionals, people of influence in our communities can play a part in protecting and promoting a more sustainable way of doing business, which protects the future of the planet as much as it promotes the cause of profit. It is about choosing a different way of keeping score in commerce that uses a wider set of measures than the black and white basics of profit and loss, that weighs a business's impact on society and the environment on its balance sheet and annual report, along with its costs and revenues. I know it is easy to throw our hands up in despair at the troubles ailing the world and conclude that there's nothing that one person or one business or even one country can do to turn back the tide on the sea of troubles. But my view is that no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. For us at ACCA, how we make our practical contribution as accountants and as ethically motivated leaders of business is summed up in our current theme, which we call Accounting for a Better World. This is so important to us, and it says so much about how our members play their part in doing a better, more sustainable world for all people. The theme helps us tell a powerful story of how the accountancy profession benefits societies and economies and how it responds to the many challenges facing the world. In this changing and uncertain environment, we need to ensure we remain relevant. And to show that we are relevant, we need to position our profession right at the heart of issues such as sustainability, inclusion, ethics, and the increasing desire of individuals and societies around the world to change life for the better in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and conflict around the world. Our Accounting for a Better World agenda for action breaks down into 7 priorities for the profession: building resilient economies, developing the talent of tomorrow, driving sustainable business, advancing standards and regulations, transforming the public sector, supporting entrepreneurial growth, and strengthening ethics and trust. I use the word practical, and this is so important. ACCA is a deeply pragmatic organization. We are accountants. We like to measure results. Outcomes are more important than intentions. So events like today mean much more to us than just another talking shop and an excuse to release more hot air into the atmosphere. It is a real chance to engage on the big conversations of time. We all know that society's expectations of business have shifted with the speed and intensity. Now more than ever, there's a demand that we look forward and consider our responsibility to future generations to make a better, fairer world that works for everyone, to reset for sustainable growth and shape a new relationship between business, policymakers, the public sector, wider society, learning the lessons for the past few years and embracing the positives. ACCA believes that accountants are perfectly placed to play a major role in this shift as dedicated professionals with the skills, knowledge, and experience that transcend the sectors and borders and influence that touches all aspects of society. Our Accounting for a Better World agenda is especially relevant in Brazil. We are seeing ESG issues, environment, social, and governance enter the mainstream of the political and business thinking, where a generation ago, they were barely even a fringe concern. We are seeing a heightened role for the public sector, accelerated by extraordinary demands of the pandemic, which required a massive public response. We are seeing innovation, supporting entrepreneurial growth, and an exciting young generation of business leaders with the vision to make an impact in the world. In Brazil, ACCA are so proud that we are playing a part in shaping this exciting future. The biggest way we can do this is by working with our partners here today to extend the chance of a professional career to many more people. The values and purpose on which ACCA is based, of innovation, integrity, and inclusion, find a rich soil and flourish in Brazil. In a vast nation like Brazil, opportunities are less difficult to find than ever for ambitious, talented, and forward-looking people. Educational technology, what is called EdTech in the business jargon, offers easier ways of pursuing education at every level: learning activities, practice, revision, tutoring, group learning, lectures, and all the way through to assessments and exams. The point is that this is huge in the EdTech arena, and there is something for everyone. No one is excluded. Of course, that is a powerful example of how one application of technology allied with a will to make a difference can make a positive change in the world. But it is one part of the bigger picture I mentioned earlier. The question is how together we can create a sustainable way of doing business that protects the habitability of our planet through to the middle of this century and beyond. Increasingly, this is a commercial question, not just an ethical and a moral question. It is a question of risk. More and more businesses find that they are punished in the marketplace if they cannot show a long-term commitment to sustainability. People won't work for them, consumers won't trade with them, investors won't back them. These truths shine a bright spotlight on the urgent necessity for a more sustainable way of running our economic affairs. It is only this future that makes any sense for all the people in Brazil and across the planet. And it falls to all of us as business leaders, finance professionals, educators, to answer the call of the times and play our part in making this brighter future. Thank you all so much.